Alisha, what it is like to be in London?
London is great. Like it's very diverse. Um, Also it's so busy, but the transportation is really convenient.
Mm.
Like literally the place I'm staying in, there are like four bus stops nearby, and the tube station, the underground is literally just like a 5-minute walk away. And yeah, the transportation makes it so easy for all of us to just like go to places and visit. And also it's like the food is amazing and there are like so many people. I've come across so many interesting people and yeah, it's been great to interact with different people from different ethnicities and backgrounds. They all have a story.
Okay, good. And you intend to stay or you want to go back? Even
Yeah,
what you're telling me, you don't want to go back.
I intend to stay here.
Okay, and when will you be done with your masters? What, in June? When will you be done? June, July?
Yeah, I mean, we have a dissertation in June, so
Hmm?
we gotta submit it in September.
Hmm?
So, I'll be done by October, basically.
By October, and
Yeah.
so you will start to work early October or early November, something like that. So you will
Yeah,
work at the end
yeah,
of the year. Okay,
yeah.
and and in which field you want to work?
Definitely UX design, like,
Hmm?
since I'm doing my master's in human computer interaction, I'll definitely wanna go for UX or UI research, product design. Yeah.
Okay, so UX design. I remember that when we were in contact together, like 1 year and a half ago, your plan was to work in yes in UX design. Alors, basically,
Yeah.
can you tell us what it is to study what you're studying? Can you please tell us what your master is about? Because you see, most of the students that we have is can you, by the way, can you write in the chat the exact name of your master's
Yeah,
and
sure. Of my degree, right?
yeah, the exact name of your degree so that I take. Because I remember that you were, it's a bit complicated. Uh, 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 Basically, so your degree. So let me, if you can give me the name of your degree, okay. And at the same time, I've got two questions. So how does it work? So you have spent something like yes 12, 13 months of class. So how is the program structured? If you can write me the thing. And how the program does the program work? Tell me, um, Alisha.
Like the program, so it's like a 1-year master's degree, and for like our classes, we have like twice a week, and like my course involves a combination of lectures, online activities, tutorials, and we also have like guest speakers from big companies. Like recently, we had we had like a speaker from Google
Mhm.
who gave us insights into what it is like being a UX designer in Google, and he it was really a good session, very insightful. Um yeah, besides that, so my term 1 was from like October to January, and I just gave my exam. So term 1 is over. Plus, we have courseworks, we have exams. So 50% of the module consists of coursework, and 50% is exams. And besides that, term 2, we have 4 modules, and it's the same marking criteria. And by June, we have to work on a dissertation, and we get a time period of June to September to work on it.
Okay. So that's and then you have, so basically from February to June there will be another semester of finishing with an exam. Then you
Yeah,
have
basically,
July to October for the dissertation. Okay, yes, it's
right.
like this. Okay, and tell me, so what would be the dissertation about,
Um,
Alisha?
so we have to talk to a personal tutor about it, and we're all assigned like a mentor who's gonna assist us with our dissertation. We haven't really decided our topics yet, because we are gonna be we have to submit our research proposal, which is due March end. So
Mhm.
after that, we can go ahead and start a dissertation in June.
Okay, you can start dissertation in June. Now you see that, Alisha, I went to lecture at Hervé College, etc., in Bangalore, and I visited your school. I visited Mount Carmel. Okay,
Oh, did you?
I had 2,000
Oh,
people. So I gave a presentation to engineering students, to social science students, social
oh,
science and
great.
business, and it was of course the most successful. And then I also had like humanities. Okay, so I met the three type of students. It was uh, it was a nice time. Huh? Okay,
Mhm.
so it was hot because of course I knew Bangalore. I went there mid September. Okay, so we
Oh,
met
right.
the student association. And by the way, next time I go, I can say please go to see Alisha's video to know more about what can be achieved. Alors,
Yeah.
basically, so it's interesting. So we know about the thing. Did you hesitate? You had other locations than London. You had other cities in mind, like in the US or in the UK, or was the University of London the only target school?
So initially, as you know, I wanted to apply to the US,
Hmm?
but like the schools I wanted to apply for, like Carnegie Mellon and Cornell, they accepted a 3-year bachelor's degree program. And I mean, they did not accept it, and I wasn't eligible to apply then. So I just changed my plans. Then I thought of Canada, but and I remember emailing Waterloo about my eligibility, and they told me that you're not eligible right now. You have to do another year of master's and then you can apply. But I, but so I just like thought of
Hmm.
applying to the UK, and my initial like plan was to apply for London. And of course, to any university in London. So my priority was London, since London is great for UX designers. We have great opportunities here. And so I went ahead and researched some schools which offered my course in London. And I came across City University and Kingston. But City was like my main preference since it's reputed. The Bayes Business School is so good. And also, like, it just has a great faculty, my program. And yeah, and we have like great alumni who work in IBM, Google. So I was like, why not apply here? Then I submitted my application in November first week, and I heard back from them in December first week, and I was accepted. In fact, I got a conditional offer since I had not graduated by then, and I was gonna graduate in June last year. So I received a conditional offer, and after I got my provisional degree, I sent them that. They gave me an unconditional offer. Then I applied for my visa, and then I finally joined the program.
Okay, so it's a very good it's very impressive what you have been able to achieve. Uh, so tell me, the other thing that I have with that. So you agree that it was a good idea to come to London. Imagine what they're doing. Okay, you understand what you have escaped from. Huh? You see, London is definitely the place to be. Huh?
Yeah.
Especially in your field. What do you do outside? What would you advise to Indians coming to London? What do you advise them outside work? What are the places to what can be done outside work and studies? What are the places that you would advise, that you recommend, being a Londoner yourself?
You mean as in just like
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah, yeah. To enjoy London. So what would you advise?
oh, I definitely love like the Windsor area. It's so good. Like the Windsor Castle.
Hmm?
That area is like really peaceful. Like they're like swans and ducks nearby. It's
Hmm?
just really nice. Like because the city gets so busy that sometimes you want like a getaway, and you can always go there. And Windsor is actually 40 minutes away from Central.
Hmm?
So yeah, you can obviously take like the underground and just get there the same day, and it's just great, especially during the evening. The sunset is so beautiful. And besides Windsor, Buckingham Palace Gardens, it's so pretty. I even like so I'm more like of a nature person, so I like going to these parks and like these green spaces.
You have a lot of green spaces, by the way, in London, huh?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Your
just
favorite parks? So your favorite parks, what are they? Your favorite parks?
I love Hyde Park. It's
Yeah,
like the famous park here,
yeah,
and
yeah.
even Richmond is amazing. You've got like antelopes there.
Mm,
Yeah, and it's just so big. Yeah, there are like so many parks here. Like
yeah, yeah,
every area has a park.
yeah, which is
Which is
it's a very
why,
green city, yeah, a very green city.
yeah, which
And
is
the
why
weather, you
it.
don't mind to the rain? It's fine. The rain is fine, Alicia.
The rent is a little expensive, especially if you're in central.
Yeah.
But if you're like in zone 2 and zone 3, that's I mean it gets cheaper.
No, no, but I mean the rain, the weather. The weather. It's not too rainy for you coming from Bangalore.
Oh,
You're
right.
not used to that. Yeah,
Yeah, the weather is really bipolar. Like
yeah, yeah.
it can just start raining anytime. So it's really important to carry an umbrella.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the umbrellas which you get in India don't work here because of the wind. The wind is so strong. It just like I don't
Okay.
know. It
You
just
need to buy a British umbrella. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
But you
So
see, we say, Alicia, that it's very good for the skin. Huh? I see that your skin is very nice. So it's very good for the skin, the rain, they always say when you complain about the weather, the breeze, they always tell you, but it's very good for the skin. So what can you say?
oh really?
They say it's good
Oh,
for the
okay.
skin. Okay. By the way,
Oh
it's good because when you have a lot of sun, it's bad for the skin at the end to have too
yeah,
much
of
sun.
course. Yeah.
So basically, Alisha, you didn't have to introduce yourself. So as I explained, I visited your school, so Mount Carmel in Bangalore. So, but can you please introduce yourself in the same way as I taught you for the interviews?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So hello everyone. I'm Alisha. I'm 21 and
Yeah.
I'm from India. I did my undergrad in Mount Carmel College in Bangalore, and I triple majored in microbiology, chemistry, and plant science. But I switched from that discipline to human computer interaction design last year, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Okay. Uh, and so, what brought you to make a switch from what you have been doing to human computer interaction design? What brought you? You think because there is a job, because you have an interest, because what are your motivations behind that?
Yeah, so my main reason was I was not very passionate about studying microbiology in the future. I did not see myself working in the lab for the rest of my life. And I'm someone who's creative and I also love psychology. And so when 2020 happened, we were like confused with what to do. And so obviously I like spend time researching about what I could switch to because I was not really passionate about what I was doing, did not find it interesting. Um, and then I came across this discipline, UX design. And then I was like, okay, and it matched my motivations and like my skills and interest. So I was pretty sure that I wanted to do this. I mean, I went and researched more about this and I found it really interesting. So I took up a bunch of online courses and boot camps online. I mean, in 2020, and later on, like I like met Dr. Hubert as well. Um, but I actually asked him if it was the right thing to switch and how I could strengthen my application because I was switching from a a whole different discipline to another. Like so I did like a bunch of online classes, I did boot camps. I also took up some credit courses in college, like extra credit courses, um, which could help me strengthen my resume. For instance, I took up graphic design, I took up information systems, art and design, digital media, and all these courses, which could help me strengthen my application in order to apply to these top universities.
Yeah, and it worked. And it worked. It was very impressive. So can you tell us about how the admission process works? Because you see, many people, when they will see Alisha, she's now doing an MSc in human computer interaction design. She's so bright. There's no chance that we can do something like this. So can you tell them that if you get organized, if you work with the right people, if you follow
Right.
guidance, it's possible. Everything is possible.
True. You definitely need to invest like your time, energy, and money for this. If you really want it, you gotta invest like so much. And just be consistent and determined, because I feel like I knew I wanted to study abroad and go for this um masters. And like, in fact, I wanted to study abroad ever since I was in high school, to be
Mm,
fair, but I didn't really apply for my undergrad. But yeah, so I knew I ultimately had to put in the time and effort and money into it. And when you get the right people to help you, your application can really be like solid and competitive for your program. Because admissions office look at, I mean, you have like such a huge application pool, and admissions office want to look at those candidates who stand out. And in order to do that, I feel like MBA Center really helped me with that, because I had the right kind of mentor which I was assigned. And they definitely help you with your SOP, with your resume and LORs. So these things really matter, and your statement of purpose is where you get to talk about your story and what your motivations are. I feel like it's so important to start off with that at least like 3 months before, because I had like 5 drafts for my SOP, and then
mm,
I finalized like, yeah, the sixth one or something. And when you're applying to so many schools, so make sure that you start off early. And also, um I only gave the English proficiency test. I did not need to like give my GMAT or GRE, because my program didn't require it. So for my English proficiency, I didn't really practice a lot. Like I just took like a month, um because I knew I did not need a lot of practice for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, practicing every day really helps you strengthen your score, because my first practice test, I scored really bad in my reading section. And I guess I got like a 6.5, and I was obviously not satisfied with that score. And then I was assigned like this tutor um from MBA Center, and she really helped me like improve it, like the strategies and everything, which is important. Uh, yeah, I learned all of that, and I just practiced every night, and my score improved.
yeah. So it's a very good thing. But you are an easy student to work with. I remember that you had really you knew what you wanted to do, and it was very good for someone who is so young. Because when we started the process, you were what? You were 20 years, and you were 20 years old, Alisha, huh? Okay,
Uh,
and 20, and then you studied city at the age of 21. You were still a junior year student when we started the
yeah,
process.
yeah.
You were
I was still in
finishing.
my
Yeah.
junior year.
I see that Ariane had met you, I don't know where. And by the way,
Yeah,
Ariane is not there. I wish he could be with us because he's the
yeah.
one he's working for us, by the way. He's going to run an
Oh,
MBA
great.
Center in Delhi. Okay, so he took a higher position. Okay.
Oh, great.
Have you already started to inquire to look for a job? Because that's
Hmm.
something that we advise to our students. I say don't wait the last 2 weeks to find for a job. So have you started to inquire or not?
So, right now in term one, I mean, firstly, international students are allowed to work only 20 hours per week.
No, but I mean postmasters, Alicia. Have you started to
Oh,
inquire
postmasters,
postmasters?
yeah. Firstly, I need to start with my portfolio,
Hmm?
which I will like create after the completion of my course.
Hmm?
So that really doesn't take up a lot of time. It just takes like probably a month, but your case study needs to be solid for that. And then you can go ahead and apply like in October or November, because my course like ends by September. And so I have like a lot of time to apply for jobs and look for jobs. But then you need to also apply for your post-study work visa, um which is basically when you can work for 2 extra years in the UK and you can find a job. So for that, you can go ahead and apply in February. So yeah, basically
You
I'm
have
gonna
to start, to work on it, Nisha. You have to start to work on it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you have to start to work on it because it's going to arrive, and and probably I don't know how it works to get a job in India. It's probably very fast because the Indian market, the Indian economy is booming. Okay, but you have to see that in the UK, it's not different. You cannot get a job so easily. It takes 2 3 months before you get a job. Plus, you want a good job. You want people who are going to who know that you're going to stay for 2 years. Okay,
Mhm.
only. So people will accept that. So if I were you, I would suggest that you move for it. And don't hesitate, by the way, if you want us to work on the letter of if you want to work on the cover letter and on the CV, okay,
Mhm.
because it's important, and start now. And you see, Alisha, it's even better. You see, when, for instance, they tell you that you have to basically finish your thesis. Anyway, you finish your class in June. Okay, you can perfectly work and on your thesis. Okay, it will be demanding. It means you work on the evenings and on weekend and really start to have a job. Seems to be the priority now. You can do both. Once you're done with your class, you will do both. It's not the end of the world. You understand? You
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
be ready
we
for
have
that. Huh?
yeah, yeah, we can do that because then we meet the 20 hours per week criteria as well.
Yeah.
So like my professors advised us to actually start applying for and looking for jobs like in March because
Okay.
like term one was us trying to figure out the whole course and the modules. So we couldn't really look for them. But yeah, definitely March and April we all are like
Exactly.
planning to work on our portfolios and go ahead and apply for jobs.
Yeah. Because what I want to tell you, see, Alisha, is that the time where companies recruit is more August, September than November, December. Okay, so they they recruit people start their new job after vacation. Okay,
Mm.
so that's why, and if you can be there a bit before, even part time in July, it's always a plus. Okay, so don't apply when everybody applies. Apply a bit before. Okay, so what piece of advice would you give, Alisha, to people who want to study to Indians like you? Want to study abroad, to be outside their country, outside their security zones, what would you advise them to do?
I'd say just like go for it and like the main important thing, I think this is like really generic and everyone says this, you have to be consistent and you have to be motivated.
Hmm?
Um, no matter what, like, and motivation sparks from within. I mean, no one can force you to do something unless you want to do it.
Hmm?
And I think if you are motivated, you automatically like you are determined and you want to achieve it no matter what. Nothing can get on your way. I mean, in your way. And so I would say like spend time on it. Like you cannot just be so um carefree about this. Like you need to spend your time in it and it does come with like effort, money and time. I mean, you need and sometimes you do need a support system to like uh help you get what you want and also like I mean, I was very grateful to be assigned a mentor who actually helped me with my SOP and my resume. But yeah, I think you just need to stay on track and be motivated. And also, you need to be like practicing for your IELTS or anything or any of the tests every day because practice actually is gonna make you help you improve your scores and also I would say that even if you do not get into your dream school, I feel like you end up where you are meant to end up. So it's okay. I mean, if you at least like try for 100%, at least you're gonna get the 90% out of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you are looking for Harvard and even if you get rejected, at least you will get into suppose Carnegie Mellon or UPenn,
Mhm.
you know? So that's what I mean. And yeah, so just like stay on track, be motivated and
Okay.
put in your
I'm sure.
effort.
I'm sure that it will work. So basically, it was, of course, it was very nice to work with you because I remember that it was a bit the beginning for us in India. We didn't have too much history, and it was good that you helped us build confidence with Indian students. and you were determined, and it was good, and you have followed what we told you. By the way, I can say that you have changed a lot. I can see that going to the UK has made you more mature, huh? Which is a good thing. I'm sure that your parents must say the same, because many Indians, as you know, they stay with family. They are a bit they lack autonomy. Many, for instance, tell me that they have to take cooking courses, huh? Because it's not easy to find good vegetarian food. You know how to
Yeah.
cook now, Alisha? You know how to cook?
Yeah, I kind of do know it, and
Now, yeah.
I mean, I'm
What do
still
you cook best? What do
learning.
you cook best? What do you cook best now? Tell me.
I guess since I'm a student, I just like make pasta a lot since it's the
Okay, yeah,
easiest to make, and also I'm not vegetarian, so it's like easier for me to just like get more grocery. I mean, obviously vegetarians can get it, but you know, just like
yeah,
more protein, like we have more
yeah.
variety available for
Yeah,
us.
but for
Like,
coming from India, it must be difficult. And you have a specific diet, but you make it. Huh?
yeah,
Basically, I was with students. You see, I was with two students who study now in Spain. They study and in Spain it's difficult to find vegetarian food because in London you have a lot of Indians, and you have
yeah,
also people who are veggie. Huh? So you have people who it's a sort of religion as well in Europe. So you find many more. And they told me that they had to go back to for vacations. So they went back when they went back for Christmas, and they took cooking classes. It was very funny that they are both engineers. They are in an MBA, but they had to take survival courses, and it was a cooking class. So the parents taught them how to cook, yeah, pasta, chicken.
yeah,
You know, chicken is a big thing in your country.
mhm,
But if you're Jen, you cannot even have chicken.
yeah.
So it was very good. So Alisha, thank you very much. Huh? I hope that
Thank you for having me.
if I come one day to Bangalore, because one day you come back to Bangalore, maybe
Yeah, of
you go back
course.
for vacations. You go for vacations, yes. You will there what for vacations or not? Yeah, in August. You intend to
Yeah,
go back to Bangalore
I'm planning to actually go next year, like in March or February.
next year? Next year, not
Uh,
even in 23, in 24. You mean?
yeah, either then or maybe October this year.
Yeah, maybe you should go to Bangalore before starting your job, because after that you won't
Yeah,
have much time. But maybe if
that's
I were
true.
you, for instance, if you have to work on your dissertation,
Yeah,
work on your dissertation from Bangalore. Now, of course, June, July, August, September are hot months in Bangalore, but you have your friends. Voilà. So thank you very much, Alicia. It was very,
thank
very nice
you.
to
Thank
meet
you for
you
having
and to
me.
see that that you have done so well and you're so happy, so
Thank
enthusiastic about this. So the interview will be on the YouTube channel, and people will have the opportunity to know more about you. Thank you
thank
very much, Alicia. Thank you. Bye bye.
thank you. Have a good
Bye
day.
bye.
Bye.